In today's video, I'm going to be checking out the new Xiaomi Redmi Note 14. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. This is possibly the most impressive budget phone I've seen to date. And huge shout out to Xiaomi for actually sending this out for review. They did not sponsor this video, they just sent this out for me to review. So this is $170 retail price. You can find it on eBay and Amazon for around 200 bucks right now, but even for that price tag, there are some insane specifications on this device. This is of course a global device, so this isn't going to be offered inside of the United States at like a Target or a Best Buy, so you are going to have to buy it from a seller that's overseas. However, the specifications in this device make it well worth it. Before I unbox this, I just want to go over a few of those. First and foremost, our processor inside of this is going to be the Dimensity 7025 Ultra. We're also going to have 8 gigabytes of RAM inside of this device base, which is crazy. We also have a huge 5500 milliamp battery inside of here as well, and we have a charging rate up to 45 watt charge on this device, which is pretty insane. Also an IP64 water and dust resistance on this. We have an AMOLED display, 120 hertz refresh rate, HDR 10 plus, and we have a peak brightness, get this, on a $170 phone of 2100 nits. Insane stuff right here. We also have always on display, and we have Gorilla Glass 5 on here as well, which is some beautiful stuff to see. We can also expand our storage via micro SD card as well. And the beautiful thing on this is we actually still have our 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out quite possibly the most impressive budget phone of all time. Go ahead and take this top off, and there's actually a ton of different stuff inside of here, so it's not just going to be your phone and your cable inside of here. It's going to be a ton of different stuff. First and foremost, we're going to be met with our SIM card ejector tool right here, and of course we have all of our quick start guide, safety and warranty information, and all that stuff on the top right here. So cool stuff right there. And we are also met with a case for this device as well, which is really cool to see. A lot of companies do not do this anymore. As you guys can see, we have the Redmi branding right there. That's actually really cool. And yeah, definitely like how this looks. This is a, TPU case. It's not going to be something like a Rhino Shield or some crazy stuff like that, but it's beautiful that we get a case inside of the box. Thank you for that, Xiaomi. Next up, we have the phone inside of here, and of course this just highlights some of the specifications we have in here. One thing I did not note is we do actually have a 108 megapixel AI camera system, and we're going to be doing a review on that later on. I guess that MediaTek Dimensity 7025 Ultra was the other chipset they were using, but inside this device it looks like we have the Helio G99 Ultra. So yeah, still nice to see in a $170 phone. We're gonna put this phone to the side in a second. I do like this color. This does look nice. This kind of reminds me of OnePlus phones, and this also reminds me of the Redmi Note 12 as well, with the camera lenses just being a little bit bigger than normal. Next inside the box, it looks like we have a 33 watt charger. Beautiful to see, designed by Xiaomi, and of course a Type-C to Type-C data cable, and absolutely nothing else inside of this box. Let's go ahead and boot up this phone, and while we're waiting, we're going to be taking a look around this device as well. Of course, we have our power button, we have our volume up and down rocker, spaced of course. Top of the phone, it looks like we have a noise canceling mic. It also looks like we have some sort of speaker grow out here, weirdly enough. We have an IR blaster right in here, so if you guys want to use this as a TV remote, you guys can always do so. Great to see it. There's many other things you can do with that on here as well. And of course, on the top of the device right here, something that we miss in a lot of different phones, including the Galaxy A16, the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Beautiful to see it on here, Xiaomi. Love that you guys didn't take that away. Left side, we have absolutely nothing on this device. And bottom of the device, we of course have our speaker grill, we have our USB Type-C port, and of course we have our SIM card and micro SD card slot right here at the bottom as well. And we're gonna take a look at a bunch of different things on this phone, but we do have dual speakers or stereo speakers on this device, and they actually sound really, really good. They are super, super impressive. Now taking a look at the camera module right here, this definitely looks like something we got out of a Dr. Seuss book, but I really actually do like it. Our main camera, of course, is going to be that 108 megapixel AI camera inside of here. That's going to be capable of wide angle mode. We also have a secondary 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and for our third camera, we're going to have a 2 megapixel macro lens on this device as well. Beautiful to see. We have flash on there as well. And bottom of the phone, we of course just have that Redmi branding and some other recycling or company information down there. Upon turning on the phone, we actually do have our hole punch camera right there, and it actually is very, very minimal. It's super, super small, and that front facing camera is going to have a 20 megapixel lens, wide angle of course, and we're going to be able to shoot 1080p at 30 frames per second on this as well. And I'm not sure if you guys have noticed at all, but we actually do have a built-in screen protector on this device as well. So beautiful to see that on this device. We are met with a fingerprint sensor, an in-display fingerprint sensor that is, and it actually works very, very decently. It's super accurate, so you guys aren't going to have any issues with that. One of the best I've seen on a sub $200 phone, probably the best, because we don't have a lot of good stuff in the US when it comes to budget phones. So anyways, opening up this device, we're going to be met with Hyper OS. This is basically Xiaomi's skin over the Android operating system. We are running Android 14 on this device, and we still have all of the Google features that you know and love. So if we go ahead and hold on the power button, that's going to go ahead and bring up Gemini Assistant right there. So we have all the cool Google features on this device, and again, this is a very, very bright display, peak nit brightness of 2100, which is absolutely insane. This is definitely going to be a lot different than your traditional Samsung or Apple device. It's absolutely going to look a lot different, even going into the settings over here. But if you guys are familiar with Android, you guys are not going to have an issue with this device. But I definitely like the skin over this. It feels refreshing, honestly. I do like it. Going down into our drop-down bar menu, we have our airplane mode. We have our screenshot right there. We have a QR code scanner, settings, screen recorder, our flashlight on here as well. Beautiful to see. And we can add all of our smart devices on here for our home, our room, or whatever else you guys want to go ahead and add right here. So that is what we have for our drop-down bar menu, and you guys can always edit that to your liking if you guys would like to. And you can add a bunch of different stuff right here. We have, of course, cast, we have Xiaomi share, we have reading mode, location, dark mode. One of the things I like to use, Dolby Atmos right there, ultra battery saver right here, just a bunch of different stuff to customize on here that you guys usually would not see on a device from the US. The one thing, however, going through the OS right here, we do have a bunch of bloatware, so you guys can go ahead and delete that. It is deletable, which is great to see. And we actually get that little pop animation when we delete something, which is pretty cool. Look at that. Cool. Like it. TikTok, probably not going to be here no more. Bye-bye. Other than that, though, I want to go ahead and check out the camera, check out how the video looks on YouTube, and obviously check out the speakers on this device as well, and call it a day. All right, guys, so we're in the camera application right now. Sliding down, we're actually going to get our aspect ratio, our grid lines, AI camera, dynamic shots, all that cool stuff right here that you guys can go ahead and customize. But I just want to go ahead and take a photo and see how this looks. There we go. Very, very quick shutter speed. Look at that. Very quick shutter speed. Love to see it. And for a $170 phone, this looks just as good or even better than the $200 Galaxy A16. Very, very clear, very nice camera on this device, just for point and shoot. So we're gonna have to take a look at this later on, and we're gonna have to do a full review on the video and of course the photos that this camera brings. Also, going through this operating system, everything's felt super, super smooth. Again, if you want to turn on that 120 hertz refresh rate, you guys can go into the settings and turn that on, but everything feels very smooth. So we got a better than usual processor inside of here, or better processor than what the United States usually uses for most of their budget options out there. Feels super, super smooth, silky smooth. So that processor, I'm sure, is going to be great for gaming. And we're going to go ahead and check that out. We downloaded Genshin Impact and Call of Duty, and I'm going to be doing my test on that later on. But let's go ahead and take a look at how this video looks. We have a 4K video loaded up at 1440p, 60 frames per second. Let's see how this looks. So we have an excellent display on here, especially for that price tag. Very, very, very good display on this. I couldn't ask for anything more on a $170 phone or even a $200 phone. Amazing, amazing display on this phone. Next up, we're going to be checking out the speakers on this device. Bottom of the phone right here, we have a speaker, as you guys can see, speaker grill. And of course, top of the phone, we have a speaker grill as well. So it's not going to be in the headset, it's going to be at the very top of the phone. So let's see how this sounds. So same thing with this speaker, very, very impressive stuff right here. I wouldn't say it's anything like flagship level, but it does offer some very, very decent bass on here. But the greatest thing about this device at $170 is we have very, very minimal tin on this. So it does not sound like a tin can. And of course we have those dual speakers on this. Again, for 170 bucks, could not ask for more than this. All right, everyone, so that was my unboxing and first impressions of the Redmi Note 14 by Xiaomi. Again, a super, super impressive budget option for people out there. Again, if this does work in the United States, this is something I can absolutely recommend. So if you have the bands for it and your service provider does let you use this device, I would pick this up for sure. I would absolutely get this over like something like the Galaxy A15 or A16. Or even one of those OnePlus devices that is out there as well. This is a very, very decent device, and it just really saddens me to see that there are so many companies that the US kicked out, just like Xiaomi, that we don't have at like Best Buys or Target anymore. But very impressed with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 14. Again, a huge shout out to Xiaomi for actually sending this device out for review. If you guys want to go and pick it up, I'll leave a link in the description down below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. Hit that notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I upload a new video. This has been Safal from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.